I I didn't do anything that special, and at school our class finished early because we had we not us but grade up the third graders.
The third grades in your school.
Yeah, yes,
Mm-hmm.
they graduated school, middle school, so we finished early in school.
Oh, you finished early in your classes.
Yes.
I see. Well, what did you do after class?
I came home. I
Mm-hmm.
came home and ate food. They didn't give us lunch
Why not?
because we finished early.
I see. Because you have gotten early out in school, so
Yes.
you haven't given any lunch in school.
Yes.
I see. Well, how about the holidays, Emma? What did you do on the holidays?
In the holidays, my cousins came and we we didn't do anything that out. We visited our grandfather and we ate meat. We ate beef and pork and chicken.
I see. So you have eaten
Yes.
meat on holidays.
Yes.
Well, did you eat a lot on the holidays?
Kind of. I gained weight and then I came back to normal.
Came back to normal that fast?
Yeah, it did.
I see. Well, do you remember our lesson or our last lesson?
I think so.
Well, what was our topic last time, Emma?
The aging problem.
Yes, very good in your country, or the aging population in your country.
Yes.
Also in low birth rate in your country.
Yes.
Alright. Well, now we will be continuing on the next page in these questions, or in these provided questions relating to the topic. Alright. So you will try to answer these questions, or also you can ask me on questions in our country. Alright. In relations to aging population. Now, how about on the first question? Well, what do you think are the biggest causes of the growing senior citizen population?
I think it's because of the low birth rates. Since there aren't a lot of young people, there becomes more and more old people.
That's very good. So, there's a lot of growing numbers of senior citizens in your country, but
Yeah.
no younger generation will take care of these older generations. Right. Well, how about on the next question, Emma? How do you think this problem will affect you personally?
If we grow to become an adult, we might have to pay more taxes, and the people there won't be a lot of young people, so if they are farming, there won't be a lot of young people who can help to do the farming.
Very good. So there's not a lot of workers,
Yes.
younger workers. Now, how about on the third question, Emma? Which jobs could be created or given to senior citizens that would keep older people working longer in life?
I think maybe they could do easy jobs like oh,
Yes. Like what?
just easy jobs that can be taught easily and done easily.
I see. So it's not, or it does not require any physical
Yes.
attributes on the older people or
Yes.
to senior citizens.
Yes, like if you go to a company, like a factory, then you might need boxes. Like you might have to make boxes, like little boxes, so they can make those boxes.
Very good. So it does not need effort or any kind of
Yes.
force for the older people. And also
Yes.
they can do office works, right? Like filing papers.
Because they can't see well.
Yes, they can't see well, but there are a lot of adults who have a good vision.
Oh, really?
Hmm. Yes,
Not that old people. Okay.
right? Like not that very old, like on the 60s.
Yes.
There are
Yes.
still 60s who are very good or who can really see things clearly, right? Now, how about on this next question? What do you think are the biggest causes of low birth rates?
I think it's because the world, like,
Mm-hmm.
um, the money, the money,
Mm-hmm.
if, because you need more money than, you use more money than you earn.
That's very good. And can you see any examples of
Like,
this in your family?
when, like, long time ago, like 20 or 30 years ago, there hadn't been a lot of, they didn't need a lot of money to raise kids because they just did what they do. But right now, the the parents have to get them to academies and like help them do things and buy them like toys. But before they didn't have toys, they just made it by themselves. So I think it's because they have to have a lot of money to raise kids.
So it costs a lot of money to raise
Yes.
a children or a kid,
Yes.
right? But how about in your family? Does it affect your family? Or can you see any examples
I don't
within your
know.
family?
My my cousin, there are three siblings,
I see.
and my another one of my cousins, they have a lot, like five.
5 children in the family.
Yes.
I see. Well, how do they raise their 5 children?
They're not actually in the cities, so they just grow up by themselves, playing with each other.
Playing with each other, with each of the siblings.
Yes, and like
Mm-hmm.
if the kids are together, they make things to play with.
They make things, or they make money for themselves.
No. They make things like even if the adults, if there's only one kid, then they might be bored, but there are a lot of kids, so if they're together, they get along with each other, they play with each other, so the adults don't have to supervise them.
Okay, so there is no more adult intervention, or there's no more adult to help them, or play with them, or spend
Yeah.
time with them. Alright. Well, do you think low birth rates are really a problem?
I think so.
Why not? Mhm.
Because if there are if the low birth rate if the birth rates are low, then that would mean there will be less and less people in a country, and that means less and less working people.
Very good. So there's no more workforce in the government,
Yes.
right? Or especially in the country. So it really needs to have a lot of people, or enough people,
Yes.
right? Well, and the third question: if the government paid you money to have lots of children, would you do it? Emma?
Actually, right now the government is doing that, but it's not enough. They in the internet they tell you things like how the average money you need to raise a kid, but it's a lot, but actually the government doesn't give you that much.
It is not sufficient for
Yes.
raising
Yes.
a child.
Yes.
Well, how about you, Emma? If you would get a lot of children, would you do it? Would you do it if a government will ask you to have a lot of money? Would you do it?
Maybe. I don't think so, but very much isn't that good. Just enough, like when you feel it's enough.
How many is enough, Emma?
When you think it's enough.
When you think it's enough, or 3 or 2? Is that
maybe
enough? Okay. Well, how would you feel, or how about if you have many kids? Would you willing to have many kids? Like, for example, in our family, we have 9 kids, or we are 9 siblings. Would you like to have 9 children?
that's too much. I think, like, if you're going to raise a child, then I think instead of having 1 or 2, I think it's better to have like 4 or 3, because then they can play with each other. But if you just have 1, you have to do it all by yourselves. And if there are 9 siblings, then that would cause problem. The house would be too like
A lot of
too
stuff.
much. Yes.
There's a lot of kids roaming around the house.
Yes, and and you would have to always go cleaning.
And always keep up with the children.
Yes.
Alright, so that is what my mother do. Alright, well, do you have any questions on this topic, Emma?
No.
No more questions? Alright, well, we go on to our next lesson. It's all about communicating Korean style. Right? Like in the past or last year, your Hangul has raised, right, or made champion in the alphabet writing.
Oh, really?
Yes, there was an article about it.
I didn't see that.
Well, in this one, on the first question, how are Koreans and North Americans alike?
I don't think they're that alike. I don't think they're alike.
How are they different?
Their living style is different, and their studying style is different. Most things are different.
There are a lot, especially the culture, you mean?
Yes, culture and like in the North America, they let you roam around and do what you want to do until you're in the high school or in the university, and then if you go to the university or high school, you actually study there. But in Korea, you study from your childhood then until like high school, and then actually they're supposed to study in the university, and they pay a lot to get in there, to pay the fees, but actually if they go in there, they don't study that much.
So there's not a lot of studying.
Yes.
Among North Americans. Well, have you ever been to North America, Emma? Or in the northern part?
Yes.
What do you think about the people
I
in
think
North? Hmm.
good.
They are good.
Yes.
They will help. What do
Like
you think? Mm-hmm.
no, yes.
Well, how do you think they are different from Koreans, especially on characters?
Um,
Hmm.
like in Korea, we live in apartments. They live in their
Hmm.
own house.
Yes, because their country is very big,
Yes, very big.
so you can build a lot of houses.
Yes, and they mostly like in Korea. If you walk or ride a bus for like
Hmm.
15, if you walk for 15 minutes, there will be a big store around you. But in America, you can't do that. You have to ride a car.
Or a bus, right?
Yes, it's
Before
too big.
you go to a downtown or arrive at downtown.
Yes, unless you live there.
Okay, like you have an apartment in a
Yes.
neighborhood. Okay. Well, how about on the second question, Ma? In your opinion, would Korean culture be easy or difficult for a foreigner to study, to understand?
I think
Hmm.
like the like how Korean people behave and act during normal times and act while they're in school or talking with others. I think that would be kind of hard for them to understand.
So they are having difficulties in communicating. First is communication,
Yes,
right? And
like
also,
but
hmm,
like just normal communication, I think it would be okay. There wouldn't be any problem. But if you like
hmm,
actually become, if you actually are a Korean and like act act with those your friends, then
hmm.
it's kind of different.
Well, how about with the opposite, Emma? If a Korean culture, would it be easy for a Korean to stay at a foreigner's country?
I think it would be it
Hmm.
would it would depend on who that person is. If that person has um um a character of like like and they can go anywhere and get friendly with any person, then I think that person can get into that foreigner's culture. But if they're not and they have to stay somewhere, then I think it wouldn't be.
It would be difficult for him to adapt
Yes.
to the
Yes.
culture. All right, Emma. Well, we don't have enough time left. Do you have any questions, Emma?
No?